Coffee is one of the most popular drinks in the world. It can be prepared and presented in a variety of ways, for example, espresso, cappuccino, cafe latte, etc. It is usually served hot, although iced coffee is also another option. In today's episode, we learn the step-by-step process of preparing different types of coffee. We visit Urban Coffee's Lenana Road branch and engage Barista Emmanuel and Nelson for that. First, let's learn more about Urban Coffee Ltd from the Managing Director.
Yeah, my name is Charles Kihiko, and I am a hospitality professional with more than 15 years of experience in hotels, fast foods and coffee shops. And I have quite an in-depth experience in the hospitality industry.
Wow.
Both here and abroad.
Okay.
We started Urban Coffee in 2012, beginning of 2012, because I felt there was a need. There was a demand for good quality coffee. There was a demand in Nairobi for stylish coffee shops. Because coffee shops are now about trend. They are no longer about people just going out to eat.
Sure.
They are about trend. They are about where people meet, socialize, get work done. And so I felt it was necessary, and that there was a lot of room still for many other brands to come up. And so with the experience that I had, I felt I was ready to jump in and compete with the established brands. We started with one store at Capital Center, and it proved a huge success. And within 1 year, we were ready to open our second branch, which is where we are here at Lenana Road. And in December of 2014, we opened our third branch at Gateway Mall in Syokimau.
So here we are at Urban Coffee, an amazing joint for coffee catch-up. And we have our barista here, Emmanuel, who is going to take us through our first part of coffee making. So Emmanuel, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Thanks
a lot for having us.
Yeah, you're very welcome, and we're very glad to have you.
Yeah. You know, it's cold out there, so I think having coffee at this time, it's amazing.
Actually, not just on the cold season.
Personally,
I believe coffee is the best drink for any season.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, before that, maybe tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm Emmanuel, Emmanuel Longira.
Yeah.
I'm working with Urban Coffee as the head barista.
Okay.
I've been a barista for 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yes.
So how has the experience been?
It's been an interesting journey. Yeah, it's a new learning experience every day. Yeah, and we take it as it goes.
So you take it as a profession and also as a hobby?
Yes. I am very passionate about it.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, someone may be watching and is wondering, we are talking about barista. What is this barista?
Okay, basically a barista is just a professional that does coffee and tea drinks.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you planning to teach us today?
Today I'll just start by introducing you first to the machines we have at the counter. This is the grinder.
Okay.
This is where we grind the espresso beans to get the fine espresso that we use on the machine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here you put your beans.
Yeah, you load your beans. This is called a hopper. You load your beans here. You can actually pull it out when you need to.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so you load your beans here, and they drip from here to the grinding discs that are in the machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you switch the machine on, the beans go into the blades and they're ground into fine espresso.
Okay.
Yeah. And then next to the grinder is the espresso machine. This is the heart of our barista station.
Okay.
This is where we extract our coffees. It's where we steam the milk, and it keeps our cups warm.
Okay.
Yeah, so we load the cups on the machine to ensure that the cups are not cold as you're extracting your coffee.
Oh, in fact, I was wondering why you have to keep the cups here. You know, kawaida at home, we put them so that they can drain water.
True. No, but when you put them here, it's to ensure that you get the best quality out of your coffee. If you put coffee into a cold cup, then you kill some of its characteristics.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
So we try and ensure that all our cups are kept warm before we serve.
Okay, so
yes.
while serving, the cup should be warm.
Yes.
All right.
All right, and then This one is the brewer.
Okay.
For this one, we do not use espresso. What we use here is the already ground beans.
Okay.
Still dormans. We use medium roast. Yes.
So here it's already grounded.
Yeah, we just grind it. We buy it ground.
Yeah.
So all you need to do is just measure for that. Then you add cold water,
Yeah.
and the brewer heats the water and drips it through the coffee.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Interesting.
Yeah. So probably now we can just do practically a few of the drinks.
Yeah.
And then we see how it goes from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So we will start with the most basic, which is the espresso.
Yeah.
And the espresso, like I said, it forms the base for all the other drinks, apart from the house coffee, which we brew.
Okay.
All right. So now that is the beans grinding. They're moving into the grinder. And this is called a portafilter.
Portafilter.
Yes, it's a portable filter. You load the ground espresso here, and then when you connect it to the machine, hot water passes through the coffee under high pressure, and that is how you get your espresso.
Okay.
All right. So that is a bit much. So once you've loaded the espresso, you tamp it to
Yeah.
compact and to level it, yeah, so that you get an even extraction from the machine.
You know, I've noticed in every kitchen, in everything that you do, there's always a
Yes,
process.
there's always a process.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to tamp this to get an even surface, so that when the water is running through the coffee, it
Yeah.
doesn't run on one side.
Okay.
It runs uniform.
All right.
Yes. And then you run, like before you connect the portafilter, you have to rinse the group head
Yeah.
to get rid of the previous coffee that was there.
All right.
Yes. There we go. So a good espresso should run between 20 to 30 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. But ideal is 20 to 25.
All right.
Yeah. Beyond that, then the coffee burns and it becomes something else.
Okay.
There you go. Probably want to try that.
The body, what you talked about.
Yes. Yeah, and then the difference between the house coffee and the espresso, espresso has crema. Basically what the crema is the oils in the coffee beans.
Yeah.
Yeah, as it's being roasted, the oils just move to the surface. So when you're grinding, it forms the layer on top of the coffee. We call this crema.
Okay.
Yes. So a good
You
espresso
know,
should have
I
crema.
tasted the coffee without sugar. So
Ideally, that's how you're supposed to have it. I don't advocate for sugar
Wow.
myself. Yes.
okay.
All right. So this forms the base for all the other drinks. All drinks start as an espresso, apart from the house coffee. So the only difference is the presentation. As you're starting to extract, you use different cups. Yes.
Okay. Right. So that's espresso.
Yes, that is the espresso. Okay. So probably you can move to a cappuccino.
Cappuccino.
Yes.
I think cappuccino is the
Which
most
I think is the
common
most
one.
common.
Yeah, because personally, I think for me that's the one that I'm used to.
Yeah, that is what actually most people come for.
Yeah.
Yeah, what most people think of when they hear about coffee.
True.
Yes. For the cappuccino and the latte and the mocha, all of them start as an espresso. Yeah, so we use the espresso beans. The only thing we do not use espresso on is the house coffee and the red espresso, which is Urban Signature.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
All right.
You'll notice we use a different cup.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's advisable when you're extracting, you extract direct into the cup that you're going to use so that you do not lose the crema. And then for the cappuccino, we'll steam some milk.
So the difference here, the espresso that we made first, we didn't put some milk.
No, you do not put
So
milk
now
in
in
the
the
espresso.
cappuccino, we
Yes,
put some.
yes. This is called a steaming one. This is what we use to heat our milk.
Okay.
Yes.
So everything is done here. As you said, this is
This
the
is the
heart.
heart of the station.
Exactly.
Yeah. Without that, you cannot produce your coffee.
Wow. This is nice and easy. You don't have to go back to the kitchen and heating.
Yeah. And for the cappuccino, your milk should not become very hot. Otherwise, you'll have foam that is very bubbly, which you do not
that
want.
you have to
You want
pick
to
a
have
spoon.
silky foam.
Ah,
Yes.
okay.
Which is easier to maneuver. Then you take your cup. Then you use the foam to create the art. Now this,
Looks nice.
the cappuccino should have more foam than milk.
Yeah.
So when you're done, if you take a spoon, you should have at least a centimeter and a half of foam.
Yeah.
Yes. So probably you can just practically do that.
Some sugar.
See?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be mostly foam,
Yeah.
but it began as an espresso.
Yeah.
Yes. So probably you can try that too.
Maybe with the spoon. It has a lot of foam. Wow, it's so thick. I love it.
Now the reason most people prefer the cappuccino, the foam kind of dilutes the bitterness in the so you get a creamier, tastier cup of coffee.
True.
Yes.
Wow, looks amazing.
We can do a latte.
Latte.
Yes. Now latte, the word latte is actually Greek, meaning milk.
Wow.
So any drink called a latte ideally must have milk.
Okay.
Yes, and a latte has more milk and less froth. That is the only difference between a latte and a cappuccino.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So again, same process. So for the latte, we usually serve our lattes in this mugs.
Oh.
This is for a single, and then you can have a double here and a triple here. But for today, we'll use the single. So a single shot of espresso is basically 30 mLs, but it can run up to 40.
Okay.
Yeah. You put the espresso there, and you get fresh milk.
Yeah.
Now for this one, you do not want to have so much foam.
Do I have to like put it in a
Whichever way you're comfortable. Yes.
So just put it in.
Yeah, just pour it in. So you let that settle. Then you'll notice the foam is coming down.
Ah, yeah.
And then probably you can just do a quick brew on the house coffee.
Okay.
And you see the difference between the two. For this one, this is a filter. We use filter papers.
Okay.
So you place this is a filter basket. You place the paper in the basket.
Yeah.
And then you measure your coffee into this. Now we usually brew in liters.
Okay.
Yeah, so we use grammages for liters. Yeah, so you use your scale and you tear this so that you only get the weight of the coffee. Yeah, and then for this one, we use the Dorman Suprema, which is a medium grind and it's medium roast. So it's already ground. It's not as heavy on body as espresso.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is what you use. You can use this and so you try to get roughly around 70 to 80 grams for every liter you brew.
Yeah.
Yeah. You place this in the brewer, has a slot for that, and then you put cold water here. Now as the water goes through the machine hits the water.
Yeah.
And then the water just basically drips through the filter. So the filter just acts as a sieve. I think I will do one more drink, and then I will let a colleague of mine come, and as we wait for the house coffee to brew, we will take you through the rest.
Okay.
Okay, so I will do an espresso macchiato. Espresso topped up with foam. So you do not use the actual milk, but you tap the foam from the top of the milk, and you put it on top of your espresso.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't put the milk
No,
direct.
you don't put milk directly. So we'll just do the single. Fresh milk. Now for this, you want to get as much foam as possible because you're not going to be using milk.
Yeah. So here we want as
Now
much
you want foam.
as
Yes.
possible.
So you use a spoon, just take it out. And then you have to keep cleaning your one. Immediately you're done, you clean it so that the steam holes don't clog up.
Okay.
Yes. So when you have such bubbles, when you're serving your espresso-based drinks, we usually serve them with a cookie.
With a cookie?
Yes, all our espresso-based drinks go with a cookie.
Yeah.
Okay, basically all our hot drinks go with a cookie.
Oh, they have to have an accompaniment.
Yes, you just place the cookie on the side. So now the brewing is done. You will notice the house coffee does not have crema.
True. It comes out more.
It just comes out. Now this one, it has, contrary to belief, this has more caffeine than the espresso.
Yeah.
So that is regular coffee, and this is espresso-based coffee.
Okay, that was Barista Emmanuel, who has just taken us through the different types of coffees. But we are not yet through. We are getting into the second part of our coffee making, and we'll be joined by Barista Nelson. So don't go too far. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Kenya, our Delicacies show. My name is Shiro, and we are back with Barista Nelson. He's going to take us through the second part of our coffee making. Hi.
Hi.
Tell us a bit about yourself.
My name is Nelson. I'm a barista at Urban Coffee.
All right.
I'm a trained barista and work. I have experience of 2 years,
Okay.
2.5 years. Basically, you have to have passion, passion and able to be creative,
All right.
to come up with your own blend and be able to make art out of it. So being a barista, you have to be passionate about it
Okay.
so that you can work closely.
Wow.
So I'm going to take you through some of the few drinks that have just remained. But basically I'm going to take you through maybe the artistic part of it
Okay.
with a blend.
All right.
So I'm going to start with cafe mocha, which is a blend of chocolate and coffee
Wow.
and milk.
Okay.
So basically mocha is espresso, chocolate, and then milk.
Wow. I love the chocolate part.
Yeah.
And you also talked about a signature red espresso that you offer.
So yeah, signature. This is we have red espresso with us here.
Okay.
It's called red espresso.
Okay.
This can only be found in Urban Coffee.
Wow.
So this is a signature drink.
That's amazing. You only find red espresso here at Urban Coffee.
Urban Coffee.
Wow.
Basically, this is a tea. It's not a coffee.
It's a tea.
This is a tea,
Okay.
but it has been made in form of in three different parts.
Okay.
You can make it as a cappuccino, as a latte, or maybe you can blend it to something else,
Wow.
depending on what you want, depending on your creativity.
Wow. This is nice. So which one do we start with?
Let me start with the mocha, the blend of chocolate and coffee.
Okay.
Let me just show you. You start with espresso,
Yeah.
and then you use your espresso in it. And then we have to make the froth. We have to make milk with the froth,
Okay.
so that the presentation, because it's you remember that it's an artistic drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a blend of chocolate and coffee. And it's very nice actually. Myself, I love it.
Yeah. I think I haven't tasted mocha before, but the fact that you mentioned chocolate,
Yeah.
I can just imagine it's
Yeah, basically
delicious.
it's a nice one. I think it helped me relax sometimes. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not supposed to have a lot of froth. It's not supposed to be like cappuccino.
Okay.
It's more supposed to be like latte, but this time it has milk.
It has
It has a chocolate, sorry.
chocolate.
It has chocolate, maybe a bit of that on top of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to separate the first milk part of it.
Okay.
Because if you don't separate it, basically the top of it is froth. Because this is a steam.
Yeah, yeah.
So it basically makes a lot of froth here. So you have to separate it a bit. So that you can.
You don't want a lot of.
You don't want a lot of froth here.
Ah.
Because it's a mocha.
Mocha.
Make it that way. You can present it like this, just plain, or you can come up with a chocolate, but itself it has art on top of it, as you can see.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like a leaf on top of it. But other people, they normally do it this way. Let me show you. Now there's this latte, latte macchiato. When a person maybe wants a little bit of froth on his latte.
Okay.
So basically we present it in a different way that look fancy, but it's nice. So I'll show you a latte macchiato.
Latte macchiato.
Latte macchiato. Macchiato.
Macchiato.
Yes, that way. So you start with an espresso.
So the latte macchiato now has more foam.
Has just a little bit more
A little bit more
than latte.
than latte.
Yeah. So you just put milk here. So this is latte. It has a little bit of more froth,
Okay.
coffee, and you can see the milk hasn't mixed up well.
Yeah, yeah,
You can just see it from down there.
yeah.
Yeah. And last but not least, I'm going to show you my signature drink.
Yeah, the signature drink.
Signature drink, which is
Red
red espresso. Basically, we make it as espresso. You come up with espresso of rooibos tea,
Yeah.
and then you make it depending on the way you want to make it. So I'm going to make you double rooibos tea.
Okay.
Make it from here. First of all, you need to warm your cup.
Okay.
So in rooibos tea, we make it with a bit of honey and cinnamon powder.
Wow.
But this one for presentation on top. Get your rooibos. And then you extract your rooibos tea
In your warm cup.
in your warm cup. I'll be making the foam. So I'll be making it the same way as a cappuccino.
Okay.
The same way as cappuccino. But as I said, you can make it in different form. You can make it as latte. You can make it as Americano,
Okay.
depending on the way you want to make it. Yeah. So in this form, yes, it already has the Rosetta leaf on top. We call it the Rosetta leaf in Barista form, but we have to present it as rooibos tea the way it's supposed to be made worldwide.
All right.
So we are going to put a little bit of cinnamon on top of it. So that's my rooibos tea, my signature drink.
Wow. Wow, it's been amazing, an amazing experience indeed here at Urban Coffee. We've learned about different types of coffee, espresso, cappuccino, latte, so many of them. And I'm so delighted to learn about all this. At least now, if I got into a coffee shop, I can always ask for something different, you know, just apart from the cappuccino that I know. Thanks a lot for watching Kenya, our Delicacies show. See you next time. Bye.